Tom's pranks have been too broad to bear. Look, be round with him.
I'll warrant you. Fear me not.
Mother!
Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, thou answer me with an idle tongue.
Go, go. You question with a wicked tongue.
Oh, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Hast thou forgotten me?
No, by the rood not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
And I'll set those to you that can speak it.
Come, come. Sit you down. You shall not budge, not till I set you up a glass and you see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help, help, ho!
Help! Help, ho! How now? A rat, dead for a ducat!
What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. This is the king.
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this.
A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry his brother.
As kill a king?
Nay, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune. Thou find'st to be too busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace! Sit you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff. If damned custom have not grasped it so, that it is proof and bulwark against sense.
Oh, what have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue and noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as Dicer's oath. Oh, such a deed, as from the body of contraction plucks the very soul, and sweet religion makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's face doth glow. Yea, the solidity and compound mass with tristal visage as against the doom is thought sick at the act. Look here upon this picture, and on this the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on his brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself. And I like Mars to threaten and command, a station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill. A combination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal. To give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Ha! Have you eyes? You cannot Call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble and waits upon judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this? Sense, sure you have, else could you not have motion. But sure that sense is apoplexed, for madness would not err, nor sense to ecstasy would never so thralled, but it preserved some quantity of choice. To serve it's such a difference. What devil was that had cozened you to a hoodman blind? Eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling sans all, or but a sickly part of one true sense could not so know. Oh, shame! Where is thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst muten in a matron's bones to flaming youth, let virtue be as wax, and melt in her own fire, proclaim no shame, when the compulsive ardor gives the charge. Since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reason panders will.
O Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turnest mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their taint.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty.
Hamlet, speak no more. Thou words like daggers enter my ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain. A slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your present lord, a vice of kings, a cut purse of the empire and the rule, that from the shelf the precious diadem stole, and put it in his pocket.
No more!
I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent. Only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other. How now, what news?
He is almost left. Why aren't you in the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not, he has?
We shall proceed no longer in this business. He hath wanted me of late, and I have brought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be borne down at the newest loss, and not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And looks it now so green and pale, but it once did so freely? Art thou afraid to be the same in act and valor as thou art in desire? Which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in your own esteem, let it I dare not wait upon I.
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you would be a man. And to be so much more than what you were, you would be much more than a man. Nor time, nor place would wither withal, and yet you would have both. I had given suck, and I know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, were he smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you to this.
And if we should fail?
If we fail, but screw your courage to the sticking place, and we will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains, while I with wine and the sail, so convinced that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume and receipt of reason. What cannot you or I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
And will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber, and used their very daggers that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other, and we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death. Oh, daughter, are you up?
Who is it that calls? It is my lady mother. Is she not down so late or up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst, thou could not make him live. Therefore have done. Some of grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So you shall feel the loss, but not for the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, I cannot choose but weep for the friend.
Well, girl, thou weepest not so much for his death as the villain lived which murdered him.
What villain that?
That same villain Romeo.
Villain he be, and many miles asunder. God pardon him, I do with all my heart. And yet no man can think doth grieve my heart.
But that traitor murderer lives.
I, madam, from the reach of these my hands, would none but I might revenge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it. Fear thou not. Then weep no more. I shall send one to Mantua, where that banished renegade doth live. Shall give him such an unaccustomed dram that he shall soon keep Tybalt company. And then I hope thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him dead, is my poor heart so for a kinsman vexed. Madam, if you could find but a man to bear a poison, I would temper it, that Romeo should upon receipt thereof sleep and quiet. Oh, how my heart abhors to hear him named, and cannot come to him to reap the love I bore my cousin. Upon his body I have slaughtered him.
Fear thou not. I shall find such a man. But now I bring thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well at such a needy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father, my child. One who, to put thee from thy weariness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy that thou expectst not, nor I looked for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, child, next Thursday morn. The young, gentle, noble County Paris at St. Peter's Church shall make thee there a joyful bride.
Now, by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder if this haste, that I must wed ere he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry you. When I do, I swear I shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. You can tell him so yourself.